Menopausal and perimenopausal women, listen up. It's time to take control of your health and comfort, and Winona is here to help. Winona is a telemedicine company for menopause care who believes that your symptoms are real, important, and deserve to be taken seriously. And for many women, this starts with hormone replacement therapy. Winona's HRT is made with plant-based, bioidentical hormones rather than synthetic ones, so it better aligns with your body to offer relief from hot flashes, weight gain, and other uncomfortable symptoms. 80% of women who use Winona find relief within just 90 days. So, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit buywinona.com today to start your free visit. With free shipping and the ability to pause or cancel at any time, your path to wellness has zero obligations. Use code SPRING24 at buywinona.com for 25% off your first treatment plan. That's BYWINONA.com for 25% off. Winona. Menopause care made easy. Summer is the season of hot temperatures, outdoor adventures, and refreshing water activities. Summer is also the season of rough on your feet, causing dry, cracked heels and toes. Introducing Babyfoot, the original exfoliation foot peel that contains 16 natural extracts formulated to remove dead skin cells in 3 easy steps. Apply the booties, relax for an hour, then wash your feet. In 14 days, you've got baby smooth skin and your feet have never been softer. Letting dead skin cells build up over time is hazardous to your foot health. Our professional-grade DIY products, like our original exfoliation foot peel, our men's foot peel, or our moisturizing mask, are some of the best foot care products on the market, created with your foot health in mind. Pamper yourself with a spa day from the comfort and convenience of your own home with Babyfoot. If you want a chemical-free, easy-to-use exfoliating process from the company that created the original foot peel, it's time to treat yourself to Babyfoot. Go to babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24 and get 20% off your first order with Babyfoot. That's babyfoot.com and use the code SUMMERFEET24.
Hello and welcome to Boo Stupid to Live. I'm your host, Spooky Becky Feldman, and this is a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. And yes, it's October, hence me being like boo and spooky. Guys, it is spooky season. I have never used that term before, spooky season. I know a lot of people say spooky I'm scared. Am I becoming more fun by saying fun things like spooky season? I don't know. But listen, it's one of my favorite times of year as a romance reader because this is when I read a lot of paranormal romance. And you are in for a treat with this episode. We are reviewing a book that I have to say has one of the best titles of all time, Bearista. That's bear, like rawr, a bear, and ista, like a barista, like who makes coffee. It is a paranormal romance by Zoe Chant that is currently 99 cents. And I have an awesome, hilarious guest today. Not only is he a bear expert, compared to me, but he's also a writer and co-host of the podcast Like It's 1999. Kenny Neibart is here, and it was a true delight. So please enjoy this review of Bearista. Kenny, welcome to Too Stupid to Live.
Thank you for having me, Becky.
Oh my God, I'm so excited you're here. I'm so excited to talk about this book. I love your podcast. So I'm so excited. Before we begin,
and we love having you on our podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Always a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I always send it in a weird direction. So this is going to get weird. This is going to be a weird episode, but I think it's going to be the best one.
Yeah, it's definitely, here, I have a hot take on this book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that stupid.
Oh boy. Maybe we should have
kind of riveting, but okay. Let's see what's up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Have you ever read a romance novel before this book we're about to read?
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you ever have an opinion about it of that's not for me?
Becky, honestly, I try to be non-judgmental.
Yeah.
And of all things. And the real answer to that question is I don't like reading. So I Actually, I don't like reading very much. My wife is a voracious reader. She's one of those people who reads. I honestly, she must read 16 to 20 books a year. It's just always reading. It's kind of wild, and occasionally she'll have give me something to read. And I should note I'm a writer, so I should not hate reading so much, but I do. So I mean, the one book I remember her giving me, there was only two books I ever remember her giving me. One was then the Philip Roth novel that was made into a movie with Ewan McGregor a few years ago. It's like a famous one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The character is the Swede. All right. Well, I don't really remember that one, obviously. I couldn't finish it. The other one was Ethan Frome, which is like kind of famously like a 120-page book.
Yeah.
Also couldn't finish it. So when you said, do you want to be on this podcast? I said, well, I'd love to be on your podcast. But reading sounds so hard for me. And you very graciously picked a short book for me that still took me 3 months to read.
Here's the thing. But took me a while. It took me a while too.
Yeah. Oh, it's a slog isn't the right word, but it's a bit of a jog through quicksand. And so I have no preconceived notions about romance novels. In fact, I kind of like romance novels in theory. Because I kind of like people who are unafraid to write about sex.
Yeah.
I am afraid to write about sex. So I like the people who put it all out there in a way that's, even if it's, overly kind of sexualized and over, like this unrealistic ideal of what a first time can be between a woman and a bear man. It's still kind of refreshing to me as opposed to the way I write about sex, which is like I don't use any like correct name for body parts. He caresses her, I don't even want to say it, he caresses her backside. It's awful. Nightmare. Humiliating.
Why it could be like embarrassing and feel like, because like I'm working on something right now and there's like a sex scene and I'm just like, it's the hardest thing to write. You know what I mean? Because like I'm like, even though I read this shit all the time.
Because you read this shit all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. You read this shit all the time. So let's talk about your sex scene.
Okay.
Because maybe I can help you.
Oh my God, this would be great. Yeah. I was working on it today.
What's the circumstance of the scene?
Well, it is a comedy scene. So, or like, it's like a comedy pilot. So it is like about like
real sex, which is hilarious.
Sex, which is hilarious, which is like kind of based on my experience. So it's like the opposite of a romance novel because you have like this neurotic Jewy girl,
Sure.
Like, versus this where it's like, and he, you know what I mean? Like his manhood came out and she felt all the right feeling, and it's like, well, it's like so different. But just like thinking about it, it's like just something that's so vulnerable,
you're putting it all out there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like the thing is, I've been married for a very long time, so I've had sex, but prior to my marriage, I had not had a lot of sex. And the real thing that like I get nervous about writing sex scenes, because I really am in my own head in a very, very, unhealthy way. It's like, am I going to be giving up on the page just how little I know how to, like pleasure a woman in bed? Are you going to see through to what a selfish, sad, unadventurous lover I am? And that is something that I'm very nervous about.
I get that. Like, it makes me feel a lot better, like in terms of me as a writer writing something sexy, because I feel like not only just based on my experience, because it's just like, well, what if I write something and someone reads it and they're like, what the fuck is that? You're so fucking weird. You know what I mean? Yes.
And it's like, I totally know what you mean. I mean, it's yes, it's like that, and that's the thing. The thing is, okay, so I almost want to write it on the show I'm on Step Up. You know, it's basically we write. It's a dance show, and the dance is basically like, you know, so and so dances here, and if there's a story put in it, like so and so drops so and so, you put that in there. But in general, you're just saying like, you know, here's a dance sequence in, you know, and we need to get across these basic ideas, and then we give it to a choreographer, and she or her team, Jamaica Craft and her team, do an incredible job. You almost want, I mean, I know they're intimacy coordinators on set, but their job is not really to coordinate the intimacy. Their job is to make sure people aren't uncomfortable.
Right.
Like first and foremost, right? I wish there was an actual intimacy coordinator who you were just like, all right, in this sex scene, they're gonna do so. I would type like, in this sex scene, they're gonna do some shit that will blow, you know, normal like lay people's minds. I, as a lay person, I don't know what those things are. Just like as a person who can't dance for the most part, it's like, I don't know what the fucking dances are. Like, do some shit that will make your head spin. I want to write that in sexy. Like, just do some shit that will make the audience's head spin. But you can't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. But, you know, I think you're bringing up like a really good idea, though, because I feel like intimacy coordinators, I assume, is like a new-ish thing. Like, it's not a phrase I'd heard about 10 years ago or something, you know?
They've always been available, but they've never been utilized the way they should be because people were bad.
Right.
And people remain bad. But now they're nervous about getting called out for being bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now you can't. Now you just you don't have a scene with, you know, intimacy or nudity or anything like that without an intimacy coordinator. Which, again, important to have someone who is like a neutral third party, basically, that the actors can go to and say, I don't want to do this without fear of reprisal. But also would be helpful would be someone who has had a lot of sex and knows a lot about sex, which is like, all right, well, like this sex thing is like a thing that would happen among two 22-year-old people that you, nearly 40-year-old man, have never heard of. And don't feel bad about yourself.
Right.
We'll put it in for you. We're the sex people.
Don't worry about it. We're the sex people.
I wouldn't hire someone who spoke like that. That's the thing. The sex people would not be from New York. But aside from that, yeah.
Yeah, but like the sense of it is there. I'm like, hey, we're all friends around here.
Hey, you know, you well, what? You get in the back seat. It's a little of the in and out, and then you. What else you need to do? All right.
It's like,
get out of there.
For your accent, sandwich. You're surprisingly sex positive. It makes me uncomfortable.
No. As I said, I try to be non-judgmental, so of course I'm sex positive, but I'm also sex hesitant. I'm a naturally nervous person about sex, so that's not the reason I didn't read a romance novel, or haven't read a romance novel. As I've said, like, reading is hard, for me. But yes, there is a certain. I'm also, you know, I don't know where this podcast goes, but I'll go where I also don't watch pornography. So like, it's just, these are things that like have always kind of like been a little outside my purview.
Right.
As a sexual infant.
No, that's a to think, right? A sexual infant.
Yes, that's what I am. So what's the relation? So you've obviously, how many episodes have you done of this brilliant podcast?
Over 50, maybe 70 or 80. Yeah.
And what percentage of these novels you've reviewed or discussed like lead directly back to Twilight?
0, honestly. Like, I feel like, well, like we always bring up Twilight. Like, I feel like when I have a lot of like novice romance readers of like, hey, have you read romance before? And they're like, yeah, I read Twilight or I've seen Twilight. Like, Twilight and like 50 Shades are
50
like these
Shades,
like
sure.
two things that like people bring up. So it is there.
It's like Brothers Karamazov and War and Peace.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. The two, main.
Yes, the pillars. It's
the pillars.
It's the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Exactly.
It's the Bible and the Quran.
Yeah.
Everyone knows these two.
It's like the Da Vinci Code and the one that came after.
It's like, yes, it's like it's like A Time to Kill and Harry Potter 1. Like,
exactly.
like two things that even morons like me read.
Exactly. Like, it's just like every lovable moron either has read it or knows it.
Yes, that's right.
Including this one. So usually like, it does like bring back like, someone will recall, like make a reference or whatever. But I feel like in terms of like the conversation just being like, well, this is like Twilight and that's like Twilight, like, it doesn't really like get brought up that often,
I was thinking more along the lines of, and maybe this shows my naivete when it comes to this subject. Like famously 50 Shades started as fan fiction.
Right.
And I was wondering if that was kind of the birth, the Twilight, and then this fan fiction thing, and these like, that plus the self-publication of 50 Shades of Grey thing was the kind of thing that birthed this, almost like dollar store novels that you seem to find.
I think that they have been around. Well, actually, I know. What am I talking about?
Yes.
They have been around since before 50 Shades, since before Twilight. I think that Twilight and 50 Shades crossed the threshold of like into regular fiction. Like you're seeing, like you were never like really seeing these books in like the airport bookstore. But then now all of a sudden you have Twilight in the airport bookstore and you have like, 50 Shades in the airport bookstore. But these books have existed, like romance novels have existed since like, since forever. But I feel like maybe just given that there's this readership and it's very like, I don't want to say like, is out of the closet the right word? But it's like, these people who are like openly saying like, I read this stuff, like I read 50 Shades. It's awesome. I read Twilight. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. People are more vocal about like reading these books. So I think like there was this like renaissance of romance, but I feel like it wasn't really a renaissance as much as like everyone's like, oh fuck yeah, I guess a lot of people read this and they're just saying I read it now.
I mean, I would equate this, based on what you said, to my love of professional wrestling. Something at various times in my life I have kept very much under wraps.
Yeah.
And other times when it's become more mainstream accessible, I have like discussed openly, as I am just another guy who likes this stuff. And it ebbs and flows, and I've been a fan my entire life. But yeah, it's essentially they're both kind of guilty pleasures.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people reject that term rightly. I mean, don't be guilty for what you like. Grow up.
I agree. Yeah. Like if you're a serial killer, feel guilty.
Yeah, if you're
that's my limit.
Yeah, if you're eating people, you should feel terrible about yourself. You should go to your room. Think about what you've done.
Don't tell anyone you do that.
That will not ebb. That will not flow. There will be no time when they start making a star show about the charming people eater next door.
No, yeah, that's not going to happen.
You should stop. Consider alternative meats.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about Bearista, or you want to
talk
about anything?
We should talk about Bearista. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read a synopsis real quick, just so everyone knows what we're talking about. So the book we are reviewing today is Bearista by Zoe Chant, which is currently 99 cents. Okay, so here's a synopsis. Ever go to a cafe and have a big hulking brawn of a man hand you a latte? He could be a regular barista, but chances are it's Derek, a bodyguard / bear shifter hired to protect the hardworking and loving Gabby, who inadvertently crosses paths with a deadly polar bear shifter. And while danger lurks, there's a much stronger blend brewing between Gabby and Derek. And no, it's not the dark roast. It's love between fated mates.
Did you write that or did they write that?
I wrote it.
You wrote that. Oh, that's why it's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like, oh, Zoe, very good. Oh, of course. I love that. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So as I was reading this and I was thinking about, because you did mention earlier, I'm not much of a reader.
That's how I said it too.
Yeah. I was you did say that.
Words.
And I was like reading about this. And so obviously this is a paranormal romance. And there's like phrases in there like shifter and mate and all the stuff. And like things just because it's such a quick book and it's like a give it. Like, were you able to like wrap your head around this world of like people switching into bears?
Yeah. She did it. She did this. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, this was a pretty easy read, all things considered. And she did a good job of, it's going to sound so stupid, but she did a good job of explaining the world in a way that the way that I felt like these are just things that a reader should understand. So I didn't feel like I was force-fed. I didn't feel like I was condescended to, but I also didn't feel like it was impenetrable. Additionally, these aren't really super high-level concepts, the shape-shifting is everywhere. I mean, my kids, my 9-year-olds watch things about shapeshifters and talk about, because I'm such a good father, my 9-year-old's favorite movie is It, which is, about a shapeshifter.
The scary movie, the
Pennywise,
Stephen King?
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I know. As I said, great father, but he loves it. And these aren't hard concepts for him to grasp. It's not hard concepts for, a dope like me to grasp. So that was I think they, to that end, I just come full circle on it, like that came through.
Okay.
She wasn't writing it as if she was breaking new ground. She was writing it as if it was a vampire novel or a novel about zombies. This is just something people know, which is true. What I liked about what you sent me and why I jumped all over this title was because there are so many the term hat on a hat, where it just seems there are so many hats on hats in this title.
Right.
He is a shape-shifting bear who is also a bodyguard, who is also a barista as a cover, where he's trying to catch another shapeshifter who shapeshifts into a polar bear with the help of a police officer who is also a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And it's a sex novel.
Right.
So
yeah.
Like I was confident that there would be enough new shit every 10, 12 pages that I would go like, where did that come from? I will read on because I am intrigued. And I think it was. And then additionally, I thought the way she, broke down the chapters by characters, which is a pretty standard thing to do in novels, but felt a little high level for this novel, helped as well. The shifting perspective was very helpful too. I don't think this was too stupid to live. As I said, this was just stupid enough.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, I feel like, one, you were like, I want to find the stupidest book. And I was like, oh, fuck, I need to find the stupidest book. And I found Bearista. And I'm like, is he going to think it's stupid enough? And I couldn't sleep over it. Well, that's exaggerating. And then I send you Bearista. And I was like, yes, he's in. Because I think like it's one of those things where it's like, when you read this stuff, like it's like wrestling, I think like it's like you know what you're getting into when you see so-and-so versus so-and-so, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I love paranormal romance. I see something called Bearista. I'm just like sold. It's about a bear undercover as a barista. There's gonna be sex in it. The end. Book read by the time I make my decision. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So,
and I did,
okay.
I did ask for something stupid, but what I was really asking for was something like what you gave me, which was just like absurd. I was looking for absurd. Like I
Mhm.
wasn't looking for like what would have bored me is like something that was actually stupid, right?
Yes.
Like something that
Mhm.
was actually like just like a boring premise, and the prose was stupid and the plotting was
Mhm.
stupid. But this, like, everything's pretty solid and the premise is fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
But I
Mhm.
love a ridiculous premise.
Who doesn't? Like, I feel like this
It's
is
my life.
yes, exactly.
Look
Like,
at me, a sexual infant growing up to be a full-grown man. It's impossible.
like I'm stating the obvious, but there is just so much content out there. And you want to grab readers, you want to grab viewers, and it's like, yeah, Bearista. The cover, I think, is perfect. You have a picture of a hot guy, there's a bear, and there's a cup of coffee on it. The latte has a heart thing in it. Great. It's great marketing.
Yeah. Do you like coffee?
Yeah, I love coffee.
Huge. I love coffee.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I love bears. Love. As I said, frightened by sex, but not averse to it.
Mm-hmm.
I love a private eye show movie
Sure.
situation. That's kind of what you're getting here with. He's a private bodyguard, security guard situation. I love a shootout. I love woods. I love lake houses. This is more of a mountain house, but very into it. And the other thing is, I happen to go to Yosemite this weekend.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, lots of bears there. And learned on that trip. And this is interesting because it just shows, how great of a job Zoe Chant did. That the only animal that hunts humans for prey are polar bears.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Grizzly bears don't. Black bears don't. Alligators don't. They all will if you're threatening them.
Right. Yeah.
But the only animal that seeks out humans to eat their bodies are polar bears. And of course, our villainous bear is a shapeshifter into a polar bear.
Shape-shifting polar bear. That's fascinating because I used to think and this is based on, remember the cute polar bears in the Coca-Cola Christmas commercials? Like,
yes.
I had always assumed that meant polar bears were like nice teddy bears.
No, now you know that the Coca-Cola was just bait. Yeah. They weren't drinking them. They were putting them out in a row that led to their igloo.
Got it. Okay, very good.
That's where they live, right?
Yes, I assume. I don't know. I thought they live.
Yes.
What did you think?
They don't live in igloos. I'm kidding.
I don't know.
They're making little igloos, block by block.
Well, like maybe. Well, if they can like shift back to humans, maybe there's an engineer among them. I don't know.
Talking about real polar bears.
Well, I don't know.
You never know. They live among us. Maybe
they could. Like, my upstairs neighbor right now could be a polar bear. I have no idea. Like, I mean, I don't know. You never know.
You do never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very solipsistic view of the world, but that's true. You can't know what you don't know.
Yeah. So the polar bear in this book, I thought, was a very interesting villain in the book. Here's why I thought it was interesting. One, his name is Ghost and he's a polar bear. I need to unpack that. But two, I thought it was really interesting that like this book kind of also like brought in like mob crime stuff and like combined it with like paranormal stuff. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, yeah, of course, if you're a crime boss, you're going to hire a polar bear shifter to do your dirty work. I thought that was very clever. Yeah.
So now, like, as I said, it took me through this book, but if I remember correctly, Ghost was in this situation, he was robbing an armored car for the mob.
Yes, coming out of the bank, I think. Was it near a bank? Because I had just watched Dog Day Afternoon and then read that scene, and I was like, very similar. I think of it.
I just watched Saturday Night Fever today. And Rosemary's Baby. We're in that that realm.
Yeah. 70s stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So he he robs the armored car outside the bank in the back alley next to the coffee shop. And Gabby, the curvaceous lead,
Yes.
sees him, and then she is immediately in danger. Ghost will kill her because she could identify that polar bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So she was basically in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's like, you see a guy turn into a polar bear. Sorry, buddy. Like your life's over, you know?
Yeah.
It's high stakes. What did you think about the character of Gabby? Because I kind of loved her.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty great too. She was a mom, took care of her son. She had a great relationship with her own mom. I had a hard time kind of placing her. I mean, I know they basically had her like, I think 25, 26, something like that. She read a little older to me.
I agree. Yeah.
And in general, I don't understand the way people in their 20s do anything. So yeah, I know. How do they even breathe? But she seemed more like a woman in her 30s or 40s. But I thought she was great. I loved her. She went back in that house. She went to go help her bear man at the end. I was into that. I thought she was a great mom. You know what another thing I liked about this book is because Derek the bear
guy,
is a bear man. He very quickly realized, and it was like a real oh shit moment, that not only is he protecting Gabby's his mate.
Yes.
And she very quickly kind of like also realized, not being a bear, but like she's like, yeah, that's true. I'm his mate. So there was no up and backs in that romantic comedy way where like they have that moment of misunderstanding or they have that moment where they can't be together. It was like, we're mates, we're fated, this is it. Like we will die for each other. And I thought that amped up the tension and the stakes in a really strong way.
I agree, because the conflict wasn't like, oh man, I'm fated to her, I'm not ready to mate, or whatever. And then it was just like, oh no, hey. It was like a little bit like collar, like yikes.
Yes.
Just now mated, but let's try to stay alive. And it just like like it was tension, but it was like kind of made it was like these lighter stakes that made it very palatable to me.
Very
and not
palatable.
The same kind of story again and again of like these two people who were like, but I don't wanna, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and again, never read before, but assume that many of these types of things are about people who hate each other initially. And then there was a little bit of that here. There was a little bit in the beginning of them being at loggerheads, but like for a second.
Yeah.
Like very quickly, she's like, look at those abs.
Yes. Like this guy was insane.
Very hot. He sounded very hot.
Very hot guy. He was also a character that I really liked as well. I thought that like his like issue was like, he didn't see his identity as a curse. Do you know what I mean? Like he wasn't like, oh, I'm a bear and I bear out and I get angry because I'm whatever. Yeah. He was just like, I'm a bear. Bears are going to find their mates. I have to do what I have to do. How do I get this? How do I like make everything stable in my life? And it was very like it added to his attraction as a man.
It was refreshing that this wasn't an origin story.
Yes.
This felt like episode 6 or 7 of the Bear Man Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't need origin stories anymore. You don't need them.
I didn't need it here. That would have been a real bummer.
Yes, I wouldn't need to see it. Don't want to see it.
This guy was trying to figure out how to stop being a bear. He was going to the bear scientists. That would have been awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're consigned to living in a zoo. It's like, I guess I'll just live in a zoo.
Well, it's like, I'll stay in the zoo, but can I like turn into a human at night and like sleep in a bed? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would want to make like compromises.
No, at some point you just gotta give up. I mean, like if society's just so, I would have given up pretty quickly. That's my way. Like, I think I would have gone if I think I would have gone full bear, but I wouldn't want to be. I would. God no, I wouldn't want to be out in the woods hunting.
No,
Like, I guess they're mostly fishing and
fishing and
knocking down beehives.
Yeah, he knocks, and then I don't know, like eating honey or like.
They didn't do enough of that. They didn't really do enough of the salmon eating and the beehive knocking down, getting a beehive stuck out his head. They missed a lot of comedic opportunities here, I think.
They missed a lot of barista-based comedic opportunities. I wanted to see a bear make a cup of coffee.
You're so right. I think like that, it goes part and parcel with that genre. I think like it is a premise tailor-made for comedy.
Exactly.
And the idea of a bear with his giant bear claws having to, make the latte, and like the old woman, her eyes jumping out of her head. I mean, this would be a pretty good movie to adapt, I think.
Oh, I agree. Like, I just,
but like a funny adaptation.
Of course, it'd be a funny adaptation. Yes. but the love would be there
as a serious adaptation.
Here's the thing. I think either way would work. But like, in Superman 4, when Superman is he's on a date with both Lois Lane and what's her face. Like, I want to see a thing where the ghost is in the back room of the coffee house and he's like tearing shit up. But there is a huge long line out in the front of the coffee shop. Derek is the only one manning everything. So he has to go in the back, be a bear, fight ghosts. But then they're like, hey, someone out front is like, hey, where's my latte? And he's like, oh, no. Quickly changes back into a human, makes the latte. Here you go, lady. And then goes back and is like, back. Like, I just wanted like 75% of this book to be that. And I would have been a happy camper.
That's a good pitch, because you have two things to go on there. Mm-hmm. One, obviously the bear making coffee, comedy gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Two, when he shapeshifts, he gets naked first.
He does. You have to take your clothes off to shift. Yeah.
So he could go out naked at the end too, making the coffee. That could really, get them in some trouble with the health department. As if a coffee making bear is fine.
He's gonna get a C. The place has a C.
Coffee place with a C is no good. I think that would have been great. Did you, Becky, when you picked this, did you expect scenes like that?
No. Well, like, honestly, no. But I did want more like tension inside the actual coffee shop. Like, I was expecting like more like, like they go on the run kind of right away. There's
not a lot of baristaing at all.
There's not a lot of baristaing. And that was like, I was like, oh, I wanted there to be more like coffee based stuff. And I do think even then, like, there could have been like coffee based opportunities later. Like, there's like the one very sweet scene where like, they go out into the cool mountain, the house. And like, we see that Derek, really takes a liking to her son. And like the next day she wakes up and like they're making pancakes. Really sweet scene. Great pancakes. We love them. Why isn't he making like a really good espresso just to go back to the theme of Bearista?
Probably because this is a 99-cent. But you're right. He should be making excellent espressos. That is the fulfillment of the theme, right?
It's the promise of the premise, the
thesis. Yes, it is. It's important. That is it's not my favorite movie, but it is a very good example in Kramer versus Kramer. When in the beginning, Dustin Hoffman can't make breakfast and can't get the kid to eat a bite of breakfast. And by the end, they're making breakfast together. And there you go. You're a dad. Good job. You did it. One kid. Shut up, man. But fucking, it's a loud accessory. and and try to go to Yosemite with 4 kids. But yes, that would have been really good. That would have been great. But I may have been too easy on the book because all I was expecting was sentences that made sense, and I got them. Like I think I was like, I'm like, this is going to be a bad book, and I will get to mock it mercilessly. And I think on the first page of the whole book there was like a mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ha ha ha, you're gonna be humiliated, Zoe Chant.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Classic mistake. The second line. Gabby Diaz tried to be quiet, tiptoeing around the dark apartment as she stuffed a piece of toast into the toaster. You don't put toast in the toaster. You put bread in the toaster.
I didn't catch up on that.
And I'm like, oh, this is you're gonna try to sneak him past me. No, I'm from New York, Gabby Diaz. You can't do that. I know all the tricks. I'm like my cousin Vinny. But that was the only mistake of the whole book.
It was. Yeah, it really was. Like, and there was one spelling error, which I like, and I never noticed spelling errors, but like, I know, it was pretty blatant. I thought this was like a really well done self-published book. Like, it was edited, which I know is like, I'm kind of being to me, but like, there was editing. The cover was good. Like, because there's like so much shit up there that people upload that, I willingly buy and very much enjoy, knowing some rando just published this.
Sure.
This, you felt that there was like thought into it. And I know that's bare minimum. Yeah.
Into it.
But I loved it.
Yeah. It's a real book.
Yeah. It's a real book.
You're right. You're right. If it had, if a real editor got a hold of this book and was told, you have to edit this, you don't have a choice, you can't pass on this opportunity, they would have leveled it up just a little bit.
Yeah,
it would have been a little better. And it would have been but just a little better, because like you can't get much better outside of the hilarious comedy version you're pitching.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I were editing this, I would say make it longer, beef up the sex scenes a little bit. I thought the sex scenes were a little too quick. I thought the fight scenes were cool, and there was like a lot of detail into like when they were shifting back, and then when they were this, and then they're up there, and then they have like whatever. Like that was cool, and I was like, oh, if she just put the level of detail in the fights into the sex scenes, which is like why women read these books.
Maybe she was nervous.
And I get it. I obviously get it.
Which is interesting. I totally agree with you. There maybe I could think of 3 sex scenes.
There weren't a lot.
Story. Yeah, there weren't a lot. They weren't all that graphic. They were pretty, pretty standard stuff I've seen before.
They ended quickly, and like it was just like.
And the one thing now, you get into some dicey territory here.
I know.
I did kind of expect her to fuck the bear. I felt like that was the promise that we wanted
bear fucking.
I didn't say I wanted it.
You put it out there. I think we can easily assume.
You can edit it to say I wanted it, but great.
Okay.
You have my permission. But no. I thought, she is fucking a bear. So, that's the.
Well, you bring up like a really good existential question here of like, if you turn into a bear, does that make you a human or a bear? Like at your base level? Like, do you know what I mean? Are you a human or are you a bear?
I think she did a very good job of having the human Derek and the bear Derek communicate with each other. Where the bear just seemed like a representation of his, maybe his sexual identity or his
like his id a little
bit.
It
was what I was going to say. I didn't want to use it wrong, but
I used it wrong.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But but that's what it seemed like. It seemed like these two parts of his body were in conversation. They were both living in concert with each other. It wasn't like there were two beings within him. He is neither man nor bear. He is shapeshifter.
Yes.
Which could be its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose he is a shapeshifter who's attracted to people.
Yes.
I do also wonder, are some shapeshifters attracted to the animal they shift into?
You raise that interesting
gross
point. I don't know. Like, and I mean, like, and it's like, my first thought is like, yes, that's gross. But then it's like, am I judging shapeshifter? You know, like I know shapeshifters aren't real, but I don't want to like cast my morality upon a species that I know nothing about.
God maybe isn't real, but people have been discussing God for centuries, for millennia. So like we could talk about shapeshifters in a real like ethical way. And ethically speaking, I do think it is bestiality if a shapeshifter has sex with an animal, because I don't really think it's about like the grossness of it as much as it's about the consent issue.
I agree. Yeah.
And a bear can't give consent the same way a human can.
Absolutely.
So I think that is why you don't have sex with animals. Not because it's gross, but because it's horrible.
Yeah. It's not, it's not, bears aren't like, I feel like would I want to read it?
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting, and it's not romantic. It's not sensual. Thing, no. It's just like very biological, or just like it's there. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
it's wild. It's a wild thing to do. It's a wild move to have a whole. And you know what? I noticed that she's written, give or take 100 of these.
Yeah.
And she has to be dealing with, you run out of things pretty quickly. I think it's like the third or fourth thing you have to think of. You're like, all right, it's time to have sex with the bear. So I wonder if if and when she's done it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like could you get past standards and practices of uploading bestiality?
Oh, shit. That's a good point.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. And this is me projecting my insecurities about life.
Yeah.
In general. Let's say that I were in a relationship with someone who can shift into a bear. And not that I would ever do this because I'm not a camper, but let's say I was going camping.
Sure.
With my lover who shifts into a bear. We see a bear. And my first thought wouldn't be, holy fuck, there's a bear. My first thought would be, do you think that bear is prettier than me? And I would freak out. That's a problem.
That's good.
And I feel like, so that's what I feel like is like this.
You have half of humanity. You already have to be concerned with, and now you have half of the Earth sign population also coming after your bear man. That is
exactly, that's
too much.
I wouldn't feel like enough, and so like it's interesting because like I love the idea of like, wouldn't it be awesome if like I'm feeling so much emotions, like so much like feral emotions that I could just like turn into a different animal and just like go nuts? That sounds great. But if it were another person who did that, I would like, I'd be like beside myself with neuroses.
Sure. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. More than usual.
Which for me is crazy.
Yes. It seems like stacking something too high and it's about to turn over. But I always look at my neuroses as a boiling pot of water, where it just doesn't matter how high you turn up the temperature. I'm just gonna keep boiling. I'm just boiling. It's always the same. So I've gotten to that point where it feels like nothing.
That's good though, because it's just like you've accepted it. You know how to handle it.
Not great.
It's not good, but I feel like I admire it in a way.
I think what you're getting. Thank you. I think what I think what you're getting at with the acceptance is the whole game. Yeah, I have accepted that there's going to be a certain level of stress and anxiety in my life.
Yeah.
And it will not go away. I cannot eat it away. I cannot sleep it away. I cannot run it away. I certainly will not read it away.
Yeah.
So it's it is what it is. That being said, I'm not dating a shapeshifter. I would not do that to myself.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Okay. You had mentioned earlier that you're really into bears. You're a bear guy.
I like bears.
What is it about bears that you're like bears?
You know what it is? It's so my number one favorite animal is the alligator.
Okay.
Tied with the crocodile. They're one and one A.
Okay.
My number two favorite animal is the bear.
Okay.
Now I wanna make something clear. I did not have a favorite animal until I had children and was asked over and over again what your favorite animal is. And decided I should have an answer to that. And when thinking about what my favorite animal is, I'm really not a person truly who's scared of almost anything. I just don't get scared.
Right.
The thing I am scared of are wild animals. They're totally unpredictable.
Sure.
And I know intellectually that, as I said, they're not out to get me. But I'm scared of rabies. I'm scared of like flying things. I don't want to be out in the world with animals and me. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm going to lose.
Right.
So in picking my favorite animal, I almost wanted to try to like reclaim my fear by picking the animals that scare me the most. And the animal that scares me the most by far is a alligator / crocodile. Separate animals, as everyone knows. They are completely terrifying. They're little dinosaurs. They're prehistoric. They've been around for like tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands of years. They're utterly insane looking. They can eat you with a chomp. You can't open their fucking mouths. They're horrifying. Yeah. And they're hideous. And I love them. You know, I love them. I'm fascinated by them. I will watch video of them for a long time. I think they're my sharks. The way people get into Shark Week, I get into alligators.
Okay, cool.
Bears are the land version of that. And I have like
right. But don't crocodiles and alligators, like I know they're around water, but do they live under?
It's a great point. Yes, alligators, crocodiles, I believe, are amphibious reptiles, but which is a very good point. I'm thinking more of like, you know, I'm not going to encounter an alligator, you know, in the woods in the mountains here, right. Or you know, like back where I live in New York, there are some bears. There's no alligators, right. Bears are the other animal that I think there's a good chance if I saw a bear in the wild, that would be the last thing I ever saw. Just like an alligator. If I saw a fox in the wild, I don't think I'm gonna die. I think they're gonna run away. You know, there's no chance of me ever seeing I guess there is there are mountain lions, which scare the shit out of me. Yeah. But bears, you know, they will rip you apart. They will fuck you up. Yeah. And they're also adorable, like beyond belief adorable. They're the cutest fucking things in the world. And I like them. I like the bear. So that is why I am into the bear. Apparently, in Yosemite, they see bears every day. You see bears, like not like even in the mountains, like in the valley, like in the Yosemite Valley, you will see bears like all the time, early in the morning, like it's nothing. And that would have been a real thrill to have survived that. But we didn't see one, so that's why. And as you can see, I'm wearing a hat with a bear on it. I have, which is awesome. I have at least 4 hats with bears. I have a sweatshirt that's just a bear, not even like a team bear or a city bear, just a bear. I love it. Yeah, they're just they're sweet and horrifying. Like they're just mean, fucking omnivores. Yeah, that you want to hug. It's like they're the meanest things, but I would want to hug one. No, hands down. Yeah. Yeah. Just be held. I want to be their child. I want to be their cub. So yeah. So I was also into that idea, shape-shifting bear. I felt like it spoke to me. And also like not the sexiest animals. No. Not that, I mean, I guess, you know, look, I understand in the gay community bear is a thing. But so I don't mean to, you know, kink shame
Oh,
that.
right. Yeah. See, I was like thinking of just bears, the animal bears. Yeah.
Bear the animal.
Yeah.
That would like in general, like the sexy animals are your minxes, your
Mhm.
foxes.
Okay.
You know, like those
Mhm.
are like the animals that people will call sexy, and the animals I would expect. Maybe I mean, it might be some real like gorgeous birds. You might
Sure.
think are sexy.
Mhm. Right.
But,
Sure.
but a bear is like big murderer. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm. If you were able like to shapeshift into any animal, you would choose a bear or would you do alligator/crocodile?
good question. Great question. Neither.
Okay.
Almost definitely an owl.
Why an owl?
Just they fly for one.
Okay.
And they're not really hunted. So even by
Mm.
people don't eat them. They're gross, apparently.
Oh.
So they just kind of chill out. They have
Mhm.
great hooves.
Yeah.
They don't look like anything else. They have, good eyes. They're they hunt rodents and I could get by on that.
Mhm.
But I like the idea of chilling in trees. I love the idea of flying, and I love their big, beautiful, like crazy ass eyes and heads and little beaks.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a cool animal.
Do you think like that's the animal you wish you could shapeshift into? Let's say you were cursed with an animal that like
Oh,
you
bad
didn't
animal.
want, like a bad animal that's like, I hate that I'm shape shifting into this animal.
Well, the uh great question. Most animals, I would
Mhm.
say,
Mhm.
almost every animal, because we don't treat animals that well.
It's true. Yeah.
Um, but the animal that like I really wouldn't want to be, you, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to hate on any animal. It would probably like I don't think I'd want to be like a rat. I think
Yeah, yeah.
I think people are terrible to rats. They're just treated like rats.
Mhm.
So I think that would be a bad situation.
It's a bad deal.
Like
Like rats get a bad deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
any animal where like killing it is just a okay fine thing, an animal I don't want to be. And
Yeah.
rats are probably smart enough to realize like this hurts and this
Mhm.
feels fundamentally unfair. So
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
I think I would have a sense of the like of the lack of fairness
Yeah.
in my existence if I were a rat.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's the best I could do. I also,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really want to be a bat because I truly am terrified of bats.
They scare me. They're
Terrified.
terrifying. Yeah. And just like they have rabies, right? Or like they have like
They're
I
the
don't know.
rabies. They're the
Yeah.
big rabies guys. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, I mean,
Number one rabies
yeah.
guys.
They're number one in rabies.
Yes.
See, for
Do you watch?
me,
Oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead. No,
Do you watch Survivor?
I have watched it. Yeah, but not in, I'm going to say 20 years.
They'll. I love Survivor too. Another Eber and Flower.
Hmm.
Um, they will like do like their nature shots, and they'll get like bats every once in a while in their nature shots, and like up close, they're fucking adorable. They're like
Hmm.
little bears with wings. They're really cute.
Yeah.
But oh, in the wild, they're so fucking scary.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Austin, there's like there's this bridge where a lot of bats live underneath. And so like over the summer, like every day, you know what I'm talking about?
Terrible.
Yeah. Well,
It just sounds like horrifically scary.
it is scary,
A
but like
bat
every
bridge.
day
Oh
at 5 o'clock or whenever, the bats come out to like make their
no.
migration to the other. But everyone comes out and watches it because it's like this crazy thing. So I was like, I'm gonna go and watch these bats, do like they just like shoot out. And like in Austin, like there's like bat boats where you get like on the boat and you like, go in time for the bats. It was this amazing thing where you're watching all these different people, families, all these people like gather around, just waiting for these bats. And then all of us at once watch these bats just fly off into the whatever. And these kids are amazed. This person's amazed. This person's amazed. It's a really beautiful moment. But then at the end, I was like, But these are fucking bats. They're disgusting.
Yeah, it's like I want to be charmed by bats, but mostly I'm just scared. Like I'm just truly, truly scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these pictures of bats right now on Google, and they're really, really scary looking. Like they're bred to be just very scary. Like I can I don't know how your zoology is, but can they
really
fly? Can proper flying, or should they glide?
That's
They
a
must
really
be able
good
to.
question.
They must be able to properly fly.
They must, right? Yeah, because they like, how do you glide without a flap? You know what I
They
mean?
get
Like,
higher.
yeah.
But they don't have hollow bones. How do they pull this off?
This is a great question, and
It's a
for
miracle.
anyone out there listening,
I should know more. I mean, I should know more. Again,
Mhm.
I've reclaimed the alligator and the crocodile. I've reclaimed the bear, but
Mhm.
I just haven't had the guts to do it with a bat. It's just that I can't
Yeah.
even. I couldn't imagine like wearing clothes with a bat on it or telling people they're my
So you
favorite
don't
animal.
like Batman? Is like, are you
Love
like?
Batman, but he's scared of bats too.
Well, that isn't but that's admirable then. Like
That's
he's
where it
scared
came
of
from.
bats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it came from. The thing,
Mm,
the taking on the form of the thing that terrified him the most.
I see. Yes, obviously. So I
I,
would.
I don't think he's scared of
Yeah.
him anymore, but it was born out of that idea that he was
Hmm.
scared of the bats, and then he's like, I will scare my foes because
Yeah.
bats are terrifying. And it's the scariest thing I could think of.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
it
that's
was a
great.
choice. I
Yeah.
like that about Batman. I like that he made a choice. Spider-Man, if he was bit by a ladybug, he would have been Ladybug Man.
That is so true. See, if I would be Cockroach Woman.
You've been bit by a cockroach?
No, I'm scared of them.
Oh.
Well, I just don't
Uh,
like that they just show up and don't let me know. And that scares me. You know what I mean? Like, let me know. Like, if you're going to come, just let me know, you
I'm
know?
not thrilled about a cockroach either. But if they're in the wrong environment, don't like it. But if you're in a place where cockroaches might, to your point, cockroaches might come, I can handle it. I can, throw a cup on top of that thing and get them out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like unannounced guests.
No, no,
Any human or animal anywhere.
no, of
Let
course
me know you're
not.
coming. It's the 21st
Yeah.
century. Give me
Give
a
us
text.
exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. We got really off track, but this was an important conversation to have.
Of course.
Okay. One more thing I want to ask you is, how did you feel about Gabby's mother? Did you like the mother as a character? Because I thought she was very comical and I loved her.
Yeah, I thought Lucy was great.
Yeah.
I thought she was great. I thought it was important to have this other element of vulnerability for her. I thought she was very funny and and totally believable.
Yeah.
And it made the story go. You needed to have that extra element there, that extra vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really like in the epilogue, they found a guest house for her. So she
It
didn't
was
have to
really
live with
nice.
them. Because
Yeah.
living with your mom as a grown-up can be difficult.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that every time, like, her mom always had a monologue of like, when I was like, there was like one point where it was like ghosts is coming after them and they're like running, and like Gabby's like, Mom, can you run? And she's like, when I was pregnant with you, I walked 16 miles a day, and she's like, just
and literally
run.
there's a polar bear eating through their house at the same time. I'm not done yet.
It's like, great, go.
Yes.
That I thought, again, very funny. That could have been beefed up a little bit in my movie. Yeah.
Totally cool with Derek being a shapeshifter. She's just
I
like,
love that.
there was on some like a hot shit. It's like nobody's perfect.
No one's perfect. And it's like,
Yep.
hey, it's a bear.
You're like my daughter, you're a bear. We can work with that. Which is I mean, I know she's not a Jewish mom, but a very Jewish mom move.
It certainly is.
You make her happy. You're nice to her. You're a bear. All right.
Yeah, he has a good savings account. Not that I'm allowed to make those jokes because I'm Jewish, but like, like he has.
You can make the joke.
I guess. I don't know. But I'm just, financially, he's set.
Yes. He seems like he does well.
He does well. He saves his money well. Like, listen, in the end, I'm happy that these two are together. Like, I loved their little happily ever after. Glad, they're gonna have a baby. They're gonna get married in the cabin where their lives almost ended.
You call it that parenthetical where Sandy now calls him dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that little parenthetical. Yeah.
There were so many random parentheticals in this of just like that we didn't need.
There were a lot of grammatical flares that that I was, look, whatever it takes to get your point across. First and foremost is clarity. So okay, I get it.
I get it. Yeah. Like there was one.
It wasn't the most lyrical way of telling me, but I can,
Yeah, I mean, there was one point where it was like still in bear form, and then I was like, okay, that's good to know. But then like other times
I saw that too.
Like, where it's like she felt a sense of warmth in her stomach. Parentheses and elsewhere, and it's like we don't need that.
No, we didn't know that. Well, maybe for the people who skip parentheses, we're a little, it's in a parenthesis or it's in a parenthetical. I shouldn't read this. This is obviously unimportant. So she knows that some of those people that Venn diagram crosses over with prudes. So I understand that move.
Okay. Very cool.
Very cool. Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you your final thoughts, and I'm going to ask for a rating. Now, so rate based on like how much you enjoyed it. And so you can base it out of like 1 out of 10 lattes is the worst. 10 out of 10 lattes is the best.
Okay.
Final thoughts and rating.
I mean, look, I want to be fair.
Sure.
I'm going to give it 8 lattes. And I love an 8 latte day. That's a good day. It wasn't the best book about a shape-shifting bear I've ever read, but it was far from the worst. And I want, there is room to grow. I think we've established that over the course of this podcast. But I read it. I finished the book. I feel really good about myself. And yes, I know you could. I know
that makes me feel good.
I know.
I'm being 100% real.
Like, I know you are. I could tell. It held my interest long enough that I actually finished this book. I was able to, have a book club worthy conversation about it. And I can't wait to tell my wife that I read an actual book. Maybe she'll read it next.
Oh my God, I would love to know what she thinks.
Oh, she's a bit of a snob. What could I say?
Oh, she'll love it then. I think she'll read it. Like, this is great. Why did you call me a snob? This is great. Here's the thing.
She's not a snob when she listens to this. Yes,
right.
Tell me.
God. I give it 8 out of 10 lattes as well. I thought it was very enjoyable. I took out the 2 lattes just based on, my comedic premises that I,
that are better.
Forth.
You don't have to say it. I will for you. They were better.
Yeah. But like, honestly, like in the end, whenever I finished reading a romance and I'm just like, good for these two, that's how I know it's a good book. And when I finished it, I was like, good for these two. And I loved it. I loved it. I love this book.
So I do have a question for you because I have no context. Do you like most of them?
I love every single book I read. I love every single book I read. And like, okay, there are
every single book you read for anything.
Not just for this podcast. For this podcast. Well, no, any single romance novel I read. Here's the thing, though. I have read shit that I'm like, this is offensive. This is racist. Like, this is like really problematic. You get it 0 out of 10 lattes for sure. But I feel like if it is a romance and it's fun and like it keeps my interest, like I'm an easy grader, 10 out of 10, like, sure. and I'll love it. Like, it's like, I don't know, like I kind of see it akin to like people who, I tried to make this metaphor once and I had trouble, but like, it's like watching sports, right? If you like basketball, you like basketball, like sometimes the game isn't as exciting as other games, but it's still super fun because you like basketball. And like, that's the same with this. Like, it's fun because I like romance novels.
As a tough bro from New York who loves basketball, I'll give you a different analogy.
Perfect.
For me, it's like musical theater.
Okay.
I can go, have gone to, and will go to any production of a musical I know and like or love. And there are probably 20, 25 musicals that I love. Local productions, whatever. I'm not kidding. I really do this. And I will love every performance I go to. Mostly because what I love about live theater, but particularly musicals, is the passion, the joy, the sincerity, the honesty, the effort, that all really hits me in the right place.
Yeah.
And and I'll sit there and I cry during curtain calls almost every time, no matter where I am. I find it like really life affirming. And I feel like that could be a similar thing, maybe, where it's just, I like the idea of these self-published romance novels, because I think everyone who does it knows that they're not in it. They're probably not going to have the next 50 Shades. It's only maybe happened a couple times. You write it for the love of the game. And you have a story, you got to get it out, just like people have a song, they got to sing it. And I feel that coming through. It's almost it's a passion project, and actual passion projects, as long as they're devoid of the things you're talking about, like general offensiveness. And frankly, sometimes even if they are offensive, I find worthwhile.
Yeah.
And
because you can learn.
Almost always worthwhile, because they're honest and sincere, and very often delightful. So yeah.
Well, speaking of delightful, this was delightful.
Oh, that was so sweet. I'm so happy I set you up for that.
Yeah.
Yes, this was absolutely delightful. I love talking to you, Becky.
Too Stupid to Live is part of the Frolic Podcast Network. It includes so many great podcasts, including this one.
From the books to the hit Netflix series, What Would Danbury Do brings you three friends who can't get enough of the Bridgerton universe.
They really work to make you buy into the idea that the only kind of social privilege that exists is gendered.
Whether you're looking for cultural critiques.
Like, this is the sort of thing that I think of when I think about the female gaze.
Neologisms.
It was magnificent.
Or intertextuality.
There's a beautiful Tessida tweet that suggests there must be some incredible angsty fanfic about Preg Simon.
Join us to find out.
What would Danbury do?
For more podcasts you'll love, visit frolic.media/podcasts. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day.